The Arizona Cardinals travel to New Orleans to face the Saints on Sunday. New Orleans installed as a 9-point favorite on BETDAQ, 49 the total in this game. Both these teams are playing pretty good football right now. Both of these teams really turned around parts of their teams for the better. The Arizona Cardinals were last in the NFL in total offense last year, meaning yards per game. Bruce Arians was hired as head coach, brought in veteran quarterback Carson Palmer, and they've turned things around. 370 yards per game they're averaging through the first two games of the season. Carson Palmer already has a 327-yard passing game. So Cardinals fans are seeing the type of offense they haven't seen since Kurt Warner retired. The Saints, meanwhile, had the worst defense in NFL history last year statistically. They allowed more yards than any defense in the history of the NFL. A change in defensive coordinator. They brought in Rob Ryan, and here we are through 2 weeks. The Saints 10th in the NFL in total defense and 6th in points allowed, and they've played two teams, Atlanta and Tampa Bay, who had very good offenses a year ago. So Arizona's offense isn't anything what it doesn't look anything like what it did a year ago, and same can be said for the Saints defense. Now, fortunately for New Orleans, their offense does look just like it has for the last several years, really ever since Sean Payton brought in Drew Brees and they got that thing going in New Orleans. Even last season, a down year for the Saints when Payton obviously was forced to miss the whole year, the Saints still ranked top 3 in the NFL in total offense, scoring offense, passing offense. This New Orleans offense is a machine, and the Arizona defense, allowing 286 pass yards per game so far this season, could get ugly in the Superdome. And that's why we have a number here like 9. New Orleans, such a tough team at home. One of the best bets in the NFL. New Orleans and Seattle, the two best home teams in the NFL. The Saints are 17-5 against the spread in their last 22 home games, despite being favored in 20 of those 22 games. So people know the Saints are going to win. People set the lines accordingly. You see this big number here, New Orleans -9, and the Saints still cover nearly every time. It wouldn't surprise me if the Cardinals hung in there for a while in this game. Certainly, I think that they'll be able to do some things offensively, even though, as we mentioned, the Saints defense has been playing better this season. It's still a defense that can be exploited in the secondary, and I look for Carson Palmer to have some success. That being said, I can't see him keeping up with the Saints here. I think this is one of those that New Orleans pulls away maybe late in the third quarter, early in the fourth quarter, and wins by a couple of touchdowns. This is not one of my favorite games in the week, but I do like New Orleans -9 here.